We all know that a second wave of this virus is coming. We see it all over the world. This virus is still amongst us, and it's spreading.
After weeks of seeing reductions, cases of COVID-19 are on the rise all across this country. Most notably in the province of Ontario, we've seen a steady increase over the past few weeks. We were once hovering around 100 new cases, but now we have surpassed over 300 new cases. This is problematic because schools are now opening, kids are finally returning to the classroom, teachers are getting back to teaching. And so, what does this potentially mean long term? Will there be another lockdown? Will we scale back from some provinces that are in their phase 4? Will we go back to a phase 2 or a phase 3? Do we shut down bars and restaurants? Where are all these cases coming from? Why are we seeing such an increase? Well, part of the challenge, of course, is it's us. We've been given some of our own freedoms back. Bars, restaurants are open. We can go inside and dine. We can visit with one another. We can cohort with a lot more people than we used to be able to in the past. So some of these cases are coming from individuals not being responsible, not taking the ownership of knowing that we're all in this together.
I'll be Premier Dad, Premier Granddad, Premier anyone. I just want these folks not to have reckless parties. That's what it comes down to. And
there's some anecdotal stories out there that even family members have gone to visit another family member who had COVID-19 because they didn't see each other in such a long period of time. So we're seeing the spread coming from weddings. We're seeing them from large family gatherings. We're seeing them in specific parts of the cities and the provinces and different varying regions. Some jurisdictions are even thinking about scaling back and whether or not that we need to shut things down again. That, of course, is a terrifying notion. The economy is just recovering, barely, but we are getting somewhere. We're making some headway. The federal government has already spent untold billions of dollars, money that this country can afford to see going out the door again. We need to keep things open. We need to keep our economy moving. We need to keep kids back in the classroom. Parents need to be back at work. We need some semblance of normalcy. So here's a few things that you should listen for when you're hearing your politicians in your jurisdiction, your mayor or your premier.
We will take every step necessary, including further shutdowns. In the second wave of COVID-19, it's a scenario that we have been preparing for all summer long.
Make sure that we do not see a spike in a second wave that we know would be deadly for Canadians and perhaps cause us to have to go back to the unpleasant places we were in the spring where we were all in lockdown.
Hear their language, hear what they're saying, and this should give you a few clues. If they talk about reverting back from one phase to another, that should cause alarm. If you hear them saying that the medical professionals are saying we need to slow things down, that's cause for concern. Pay attention to this. We're all in this together. Log on to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.